Good afternoon, learners. Today we'll be looking at some solid geometry. So this is specifically cutting of solids. If you've seen this before, it means you are either in grade 10 or in 11 and you are busy with this topic, or you've already done this concept and you just want to have a look at some additional resources to see if you're on the right track. So this is going to be some kind of an introductory video regarding the cutting of solids. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So in front of you, you will see a front view and the top view. The top view is not yet completed. Let's look at the instructions quickly. So they've given you the following: the incomplete top view and front view of a right regular hexagonal pyramid cut by an inclined plane AB. Right, so there is the inclined plane and there's the AB. Draw the following views of the solid: the sectional top view, which is going to be this one, and the sectional left view, which should be here. Now they don't give you the if it's third or first angle orthographic projection, so you won't be able to see it there, but they do give you the symbol, so you should know what this symbol means. And if the circle is on the right hand side of the rhombus, it means it's first angle. So that means the left is going to be on the right and the right will be on the left. So just to the side here, we'll have the left view. So let's get into this drawing. The first thing that we see here is the inclined plane. Now I'm just going to add some additional lines here. That represents what has to be cut away, right? When we look at the front view from the top, we should show the top view with a section that shows the most detail. So if you're wondering what should be cut away, if you see this inclined plane, do you cut away the top half or the bottom half? It's always going to be the side from which you are viewing the front view that shows the most detail that you're going to use. So as it stands now, we have to complete the top view here. So I'm just going to connect the center lines in construction, because we are working with a right regular hexagonal pyramid. So that means we are going to have an apex point. So you can grab a white page, you can use the same measurements that I have. You can get your own measurements and just redraw this. Maybe in later stages I might place some of these resources online, so you can just go onto a Google Drive and then you can just download this as well, and then use this as practice material as well, because everything we do here is set up personally. Nothing of this is copyrighted or it's someone else's idea. The general consensus are that a lot of these drawings look similar, so we need to just be aware of that. Okay, so here we have the top view, we have the apex point drawn in, that's the point that you see up there, and now we can start labeling. I like to have my point 1 on one of the sides, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now as this top view moves onto the XY, it just lifts up, so you are looking at all these numbers that's here at the bottom. So this is point 1, then you are seeing this line is 6. At the back you'll have 2, this is 5, at the back you'll have 3, and this is 4. The top point we are just going to label top, as it is our apex point. Okay, having a closer look, we don't have to label, right? We don't have to label the inclined plane, but I do it anyway. It really just helps getting a bit more in depth and seeing exactly what happens. So where the inclined plane cuts between 1 and top, I'm labeling that A, B, C, D. So every time the inclined plane cuts the shape on one of the corners, I'm going to label that point. So the first thing that we need to do is the cutting plane has to be projected down onto the top view, because the instruction says we need to draw a sectional top view. So if you take point A, line it up with a 90-degree angle and you bring that straight down, it cuts here between 1 and top, because it's between 1 and top there. So this point will be labeled A. The next one, point B, cuts between 6 to top and 2 going to top. So B, you line it up, it's between 2 and top and 6 and top. And please feel free to pause the video at any point, rewind it a bit, go back into the notion that we've just done, if it's going too quick for you. Number 3, or letter 3 here, goes down between 3 and top and 5 and top. Right, so there's 3 and 5, that's letter C. The last one is on 4 going to top, so that point goes down between 4 to T, and that would be letter D. Now once you have this A, B, C, D all the way around on your drawing, that is going to be the section. So you can go ahead and you can connect those letters with A quality lines. Alright, once you have that, we are just going to do a troubleshooting just to see if we are on the right track. The shape that you see here, this hexagonal shape, we refer to this as the base. So here we can see the base measurement, or the base that you have here, is still 100% intact. The incline plane did not cut away onto the base or through the base. So the base is intact, which means the outline that you see here for the shape is going to be exactly the way it is here. So if we troubleshoot this to see what will we see and what won't be visible anymore, we can have a look and see, alright, well, this is where the incline plane cuts on 1. So will I see A going to top? And then you would say no, because that's the part that has been removed from our drawing, right? So you'll see everything at the bottom here. So that means A to top, will that line be visible to you? No, because that's part that has been removed. B to top, C to top, D to top. A, B, C, D. All of those points won't be visible anymore, but everything else will be. You will see A going down to 1. You will see D going to 4. And then vice versa. C to 5, B to 2, and then the same on this side. Alright, so now we get to a point where we have to hatch and indicate the section here. So the rule of thumb is that we hatch with a 45-degree angle whenever we can. If you put a 45 angle onto this drawing, you can see the line, AB line, is extremely similar to the 45. So in a case like this, where you want your drawing to kind of have a bit of an off-center cut, so let's say I could have moved this a bit like this, more on the 30-degree angle, that would have been looking a much better on my drawing. So you, in that case, if it happens to be like this, then you can go ahead, you can grab your 30-degree angle, remember to use B line types, and then you can go ahead and hatch inside of here. Alright, so that would be your top view done and dusted. So now you can go ahead and say the sectional top view, that's finished. For the left view, we are going to project the base, which is the lowest point, and then the apex point, top, over to the left side. And then we already have a 45-degree angle, so we can just project the shape, so the hexagonal prism that we have, pyramid that we have here, sorry, over, and that's going to be 2 and 3. This in line with this is going to be 1, top, 4. 1, top, and 4. And this one at the bottom is 6 and 5. Those points gets projected directly up. Now remember, all of these points that's on the outside, where the numbers are, that's going to be considered to be part of the base, right? Because we are working with a pyramid and not a prism. The only point that's going to be on this line here is T. So here we have point T, which means that point goes all the way to the top, and it goes here on to the bottom, because that's also point 1 and 4. 2 and 3 goes there, 6 and 5 goes there onto the base. So this would be, remember, this is now the left view, which means you are essentially looking at your drawing from this side. So 1 is supposed to be dead center. To the right of that you'll have 6. To the left of it you'll have 2. So this is number 2. At the back you'll have 3. 1, 4 is at the back. 6, 5 is at the back. And now we can connect these lines in construction to the apex point. Right, we would like to draw the entire side view as if it's not cut. So now we have the outline of the view as if it is not cut at all. Now we only start implementing the section or the incline plane. So here you can see the same story is going to be applied. 1 goes to top, that gets cut by point A. So A goes over onto 1. There's point 1 going to the top. So this would be A. Then you have B, that's on 6 and 2. So there's 2, there is 6. So that's point B. C cuts between 5 and 3. So that's 3, that's 5. C, and the last one is point D, that cuts exactly in the middle at the back, point 4. It goes up to the top. So that would be D. So you should see it lines up with the same numbers. 1 to top is A. 1 to top is A. 2 to top is B. 2 to top is B. And on the opposite side it's 3, which is just to the right of it. It goes down, that's C. So you should have C on this line as well. Now same rule applies. Once you have these points, you can just go ahead and connect them. Okay, there you have it. So that's going to be the section that you need. Now again, everything that's below the cutting plane is what's visible. So A to 1 from the left side, that's you looking at the drawing from this side now, that is still going to be visible. So you'll see this as an A quality line coming down. In fact, everything that's below the letters is going to be A quality. So here you'll have A quality, here you'll have an A quality, and here you'll have an A quality. Now, we are missing one thing. Usually in the instructions they would say please add all hidden detail, so that's exactly what we'll be doing. At the back of this drawing you have point 4 that goes up to D. Now remember, this is supposed to be a solid, which means it's not hollow inside. So this line won't be a quality line coming down. It's supposed to now be indicated as hidden detail. Okay, so there you have it. Please just note this also has to be a B quality line. I've made mine slightly darker just for the sake of the video, and so that you can see exactly what's happening. And now we can go ahead and we can hatch in between the letters. Right, so we can see 45 look like it's going to fit perfectly. So I'm just going to start here with B quality lines. All the way through. Alright, so that is the absolute basics of hatching, absolute basics of cutting a solid. So if there's anything that is still bothering you or that you don't quite understand, I am going to have a series regarding this topic specifically. So there will be a few more videos coming out regarding this. It's going to get incrementally more difficult like it usually does, until we get to a point where we do solids that's on an incline plane that you also have to cut, and then you have to add the true shape for them as well. So if this video helped you in any way, please stay tuned, subscribe so you can be notified when new videos get released. I'm also going to make a series regarding the exams coming up for the end of the year. So you can just have basically a one-stop shop, right, where you can stop and you can see all the concepts for the civil papers, for the mechanical papers. So you know what to expect, what they can ask you, how they mark specific parts of the drawing, and so forth. You'll see in the majority of these videos I am going to speak in a much, I want to say, understandable state, right? I don't want to use words and speak. I want to address the majority of the learners in this. Most people understand the concept much easier when someone explains it in an easier or simpler tense. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sound fancy or use words that's completely not understandable. I need everyone to be 100% with me when we go through these things. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.